This is Triple R Financial, and this is my podcast for August 16th, 2022. In this video, I'm just going to do a rant about various topics that I plan to cover in this channel. My motto is know your financial value as an employee. The one secret to get rich. One secret. You don't need to save, invest, plan for the future. Anybody can become rich. It doesn't matter your income level. Just know your value. I know a lot of financially poor people. I've been there. I'm preaching to the choir. We don't listen, we don't understand, we don't comprehend, we don't gain knowledge of anything that we do it from a financial standpoint. And I know it's hard for financially poor people to understand that. To understand that you're not making enough money. I know financially poor people that have a budget. They either don't follow it or the budget isn't realistic. For example, I'm a man, I have to speak from, so financially speaking, I have to speak from a male point of view first. You're a single man, your rent is $1,200, you have 4 roommates, all paying equal amounts. And then in your budget, you're going to put down that your share of the rent is 300. Well, guess what? That's wrong. Simple stuff, simple stuff like that. You don't know how much money you need to survive on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And I know how hard and difficult it is when you, one, don't know your financial value as an employee. That's it. One step to be rich. One step, not 7 steps, not 10 steps, not 25 steps, not 13 steps, not 12 steps, not 18, not 20 with multiple parts. One step to become rich. Know your financial value as an employee. I used to have so many financially hearing problems. For example, you hear these rich people, aha, I'm a self-made billionaire, self-made millionaire, but I want you to become rich over a long period of time. Man, I became a millionaire at age 25. I became water billion by age 30. Now I'm 40 years old and I own multiple businesses. I employ tens of thousands of people and I'm worth 100 billion. And 20 billion of that is liquid cash. But I want you. I want you. Don't do what I do. I want you to save and invest. And over a 40-year career, you can become a billionaire. Well, guess what? If you have to wait 40, 50, 60 years to become a millionaire, you're doing something wrong. Now, money is relative, which is a term you're going to hear me use in every video. Money is relative. I live on the US flag. The gold standard today is being a millionaire. Now, for those of you that don't understand some basic financial concepts, there's a difference between your worth and your wealth. There are financial formulas that you're supposed to use. And guess what? Your wealth is your liquid assets. Liquid assets. For example, your physical cash you have on you, that's part of your wealth. Money in the bank, that's part of your wealth. Now, in my opinion, I don't consider, like, for example, you're selling a car. Some people consider this wealth. Nope. Now, Your wart is something different. You know what your wart is? Your assets minus your liabilities. Now, why am I covering these topics for? Know your value as an employee. That's one step to become rich. One step. That 10 step, that 20 step. Are you making enough money to cover your basics? Do you understand how much you need to make? The enemy of a financially rich man is a financially poor man. And I understand a lot of people don't understand that. You, as a financially poor person, cannot live like a financially rich. You cannot live that way. Let me not go away. You cannot live that way. For example, you have two people, one making 10,000, one making 100,000. I don't care how. I don't care. I mean, I don't care what you do. If you're making 10,000 a year for 10 years and someone's making 100,000 for 10 years, guess what? The one making 100,000 a year for 10 years is going to have more money saved and invested than the one making 10,000 a year. Stop being financially fooled. I know a lot of employers love to fool their employees. And I know it's not fair. It is not fair. Financially rich people talk about not education, but knowledge and experience and wisdom. You can for a company for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years and never get a salary increase? That old expression about it's not how much you make, it's what you do with it, that's wrong. There's so many financial, and matter of fact, I love it. That stories that we tell children, nursery rhymes that we tell children, that financially rich people, yeah, financially rich people are dumb people. But when you're financially poor and you don't listen to rich people, listen and interpret what they're really saying. Classic cliche. Man, when I was 24 years old, I became a millionaire. At my age 28, I became a billionaire, and now I'm 40 years old, and I'm worth 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 billion. And 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 billion of it is great cash. And I dumb as a rock. I'm a college dropout or high school dropout, junior high dropout, kindergarten dropout. They are rich people that don't know how to read or write. But you, with a quote unquote degree and education, wow, you don't have a degree, you don't have education. Huh? And you don't understand how important that is. Start to listen. Matter of fact, the mainstream media loves to talk about finance. And guess what? The advice the mainstream media gives, the financial advice and wisdom the mainstream media gives is not for the poor, it's for the rich, financially rich. I love it. You're listening to the mainstream media. Oh, Apple is going to have an earnings call tomorrow. We expect insiders. Oh, Apple is going to report lower than expected earnings and they're going to drop the stock price. We expect people to sell Apple stock. We expect Apple stock to go down. 2 days later, oh wow, we don't understand. Apple's, yeah, we were correct. Apple's earning call, revenue down, and they lowered the stock price, but people bought stocks. People bought Apple stocks. Apple stock is higher than ever. Uh, now, no, financially think. Do you have stocks and bonds? I mean, just in general. You don't have stocks. You don't have bonds. So when the mainstream media talks about stocks and bonds, who are they talking to? Who are they talking about? Who are they warning? Financially rich. Not you. Not you. You know who they're talking to? Your boss, your rich friends, your rich family members. As a matter of fact, in today's world, news is free. That's a good thing about technology. It can't discriminate. Now, this channel is all about finance. One topic, one motto. You can go from zero to being multi-million overnight. No, you financial advisor as an employee. I'm in my 40s and I've jobs. I've held jobs for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And not knowing my value. You know how many times I've argued with management, and the next day, guess what? We hired two new employees. Your position, same title, shared duties and responsibilities. Oh yeah, and yeah, we gave two of them 6-month contracts. And after 6 months, we're gonna we're gonna hire one. First time we're gonna let one next person go. Oh, you're trying to fire me? No, we're not trying to fire you. Hee hee. Know your value. You should identify as an employee. The pandemic should have woke you up, woke every financially poor person up. You get laid off during the pandemic, and a week later you pass your job. And they literally brought back everyone except you. Know your value. I know a lot of financially poor people are poor because they are retarded. Financially retarded. You could have all the book sense, all the education, all the knowledge, and the financially poor people with PhDs and they're financially retarded. I used to work at a college, and I'll never forget this old gentleman, a million PhDs, worked for 50 years, get all these degrees. He was board members, this department head, that, and one day I was in line at ATM, and he was in line. As a matter of fact, he was not in front of me. He was not directly in front of me. He was a few people in front of me. He used the ATM. He walked away, and guess what? The next person behind him. Matter of fact, he pointed. Oh, person forgot their receipt. He tried to pull it out. It wouldn't budge. Next person tried to pull it out. Another budge. Next person used the ATM. Tried to print the receipt. It wouldn't budge. The guy came. He wanted aside. Matter of fact, when it was my turn to use the ATM, I said, "Hey, that's your receipt. That's what you waiting for." Yep. I was approximately, as the saying COVID standards, I was 6 feet from the ATM. I said, "Hey, Oh yeah, that's the receipt. I even told him it's from 6 feet away. 6 feet away. People been have I've been seeing people having trouble pulling out the paper. He pull and he pull and he pull and he pull out the receipt. You know the guy told me, you saw my balance, right? No, I didn't see a balance. Oh, I know you saw your balance. Hey. And you know what to do? He No, I can't tell you the exact amount. It was a five-figure amount, low five figures, if you catch my drift. Keep walking, keep saving. He tried to Dave Ramsey me on the spot. Oh, I had to see you around. I had to see you in the movies. I had to see you here. I see you there. Save your money. When you're my age, it's too late. Save, plan for the future. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time. The YouTube algorithm states that if the video is too short, they won't watch. If it's too long, they won't watch. So I'm gonna do these daily videos on a daily basis, giving you my financial knowledge. Stop wasting your time watching those Instagram hoes. I know a lot of financially poor people. We give poor people a bad name. On this channel, I'll never tell you to save money. When you're doing your financial as an employee, you will never save your money. You never budget. You spend, not thinking about your basic necessities, not thinking how your financial health affects your spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional health. In this channel, I'm gonna repeat certain topics because I know financially poor people are retarded. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a book called Look, Listening, Understanding, Comprehension, and Knowledge. Stay tuned. I'll put up a Patreon for that particular side piece. The world needs financial education and knowledge. Financially poor people. Matter of fact, before I go, I'm going to bring up one more point. There are some people that believe that money is infinite, and some people feel that money is finite. Now, just stop and think for 1 second. Which group? Financially poor people or financially rich people? Now, which group will say that money is infinite, and then which group will say money is finite? Write your comments below. This is Triple R Financial, and this is my podcast for August 16th.